So the last major point of your research is another plant called Adrovanda. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Adrovanda.
Aldrovanda.
Now, how is that different from the plant we just talked about?
Okay, so like we said, we're just going to put it in a segment. Slime is supposed to protect you personally, and then the Drosera is a terrestrial plant. This is a plant in the way that we know it. It grows on the ground. But the Aldrovanda is a water-living plant. Okay, so the Drosera plant is supposed to work indoors in the confined spaces to make sure that it has a maximal effect with the slime. But the Drosera, which is the older, trusted and tried strategy, it works on the outdoors because it's a water-living plant. So it has been used in Japan, and even in Japan is very popular. Nihongo de Mojimono. That means it's called Mojimono in Japan, and it's been useful in controlling the mosquito population, so much so that the affluence of dengue fever is now in the negative in Japan. Yeah.
So this is not a new resource.
It's not used for like 30 to 40 years.
Wow. Okay. Now, are there any negative effects using this plant? Are there any effects on other organisms like fish or anything?
No, because the Mojimono, I mean, there's going to be a video out there where it was magnified to about 2K, but the Mojimono really traps the larva of the mosquitoes, okay? So, yes, another key thing, the Drosera deals with the mosquitoes, but the Aldrovanda deals with the eggs or the larvae of mosquitoes that had been laid in the water areas.
Okay.
And so it traps the larvae, anything underneath 1 centimeter. Okay, anything underneath our 1 centimeter is gonna be destroyed by the Mojimono. And now the normal fingerlings of fish are about 4 to 5 centimeters, so they're too big. So the Mojimono always works similar to like the Venus flytrap, where in between it has very sharp leaves, and so when the larva gets in there, you can easily crush it. But that almost never happens with the fingerling. So it's only dangerous to mosquito larvae and not at all anything that is a useful aquatic life form like the fish.
Okay.
The fingerlings. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Are there any factors that complement the Atrovanda besides the Orbis and the Drosera?
Oh yeah, I mean just the same with the combination of the Orbis and the Drosera. The Aldrovanda grows in freshwater habitats.
Okay.
And one thing about freshwater habitats, they also have a problem where when it's warm or when there's a rising ambient heat, it could kill some of the life forms in there. And so you have thermophilic cyanobacteria. These are like algae that they can exist and do very well, or even enjoy doing very well in high temperatures. So just the same way you go to warm springs. A hot spring is fresh water, but it's hot, sometimes close to 60 degrees Celsius. Yeah. So you have this like warm thermophilic cyanobacteria that can exist close to about 80 degrees Celsius, and they can serve as covers or blankets to cover the Aldrovanda and make sure it really does very well.
So these are very hardy plants, you're saying?
Yeah.
So they can grow anywhere?
They can grow anywhere. They mostly even grow in tropical rainforests and the sub-Saharan areas.
You're trying to, I guess, implement this into your own country, correct?
Exactly. That's that's like a final point of the implementation. So you have the slime for personal, you have the Drosera for indoors, you have the Aldrovanda for outdoors. And since and all of them is sustainable, especially with the Aldrovanda, all you have to do is just plant it in the water-living areas, low-lying areas, similar to what we have here in Japan, and they will do the job because that's where the mosquitoes go to lay the eggs, and you're just going to annihilate all the larvae.
Okay. You're going to teach them this, right? Right, Sensei?
Yeah, we have to, because why this is so useful, everything I've explained is just really simple.
Yeah.
It's simple science. And so why it's useful as simple science is that you can use it in a reproductive way.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
And so when you reproduce it, it could really be useful. So it's useful for public health in Africa. So you can use the schools. So the schools are credible mediums where you can go and you can teach little kids this basic science, the cultivation of the plants, or taking care of the slime, or making the slime and the Drosera, and all of these things are simply very basic and simple.
And this is not new for you. You've been a teacher.
For quite a while, and so it's
So the process of teaching these kids is valuable.
It's very valuable, very authentic. I mean, there's so many things that have worked to great effect if you use the simple but very widespread mechanism of public schools in Africa.
Oh, that's great. Now, the last thing I want to cover with you is ORS and the similarities between it. Can you explain a little bit on that?
Yeah. I mean, ORS is oral rehydration solution. So oral rehydration solution simply means sugar salt solution. Okay.
That's
So,
it?
Yeah, that's it.
That's
So,
it.
so that really was effective. That has solved so many health problems at the turn of maybe the 18th to 19th century.
We've been using that for a while.
Yeah, and everyone has been using that for a while, but that's the whole point. The fact is that you can easily get sugar and salt and make the salt sugar solution. And so that's what we want this whole slime for Africa or the asymmetrical biotargeting of mosquitoes to be like, because you easily get cinnamon, you can easily grow the drosera, you can easily grow the amatrovanda. And it was in the schools that we started to salt the sugar solution, and so that's why we hope that the schools and people, intermediaries to this public education, will be useful in doing this. So that way we're very careful that when we say preventive mechanisms or preventive methods for malaria, it's true to type, but definitely are targeting the mosquitoes that cause malaria.
So not only is it inexpensive, it's also very easy to make.
Very easy to make. We want to make
Perfect.
sure that facilitation is very easy. The uptake and the adoption of the technology, the spread of the technology, how reproducible it is, it should be very easy and done with key elements that is favorable to social and the economic factors. So it's sustainable and useful for developmental growth.
And one part I want to mention about this is that it doesn't have any other factors that weigh on it. For example, the slime that you were talking about is not dependent on the other two plants that you use, correct? You can use these anytime, anywhere. They don't depend on each other.
Yeah, it is not mutually exclusive. I mean, slime is the most important part. It's a low entry level and it's local and mobile. You can move around with it and use it anywhere. So you could use a slime, you could use a drosera in the room or in the confined spaces, and of course the amatrovanda really don't have like that kind of asymmetrical relationship with them because it's outside and it's dealing with the larva of mosquitoes and not mosquitoes itself. So the first part, slime, is for the mosquitoes, and that can work anywhere. And then the second part is for your room, fortifying your room against mosquitoes, or rather even helping kill mosquitoes. And then the third part is, of course, even making sure you wipe out the population before they are hurting or cause so many problems to the humans living close by.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank
I really
you so
appreciate
much.
it.
Yeah.
Guys, if you have any questions, let us know. Thank you for listening, and if you want to say any last comments, go right ahead.
Yeah, in passing, thank you for spending some time with us. This is useful information. We hope that you can put it out there and you share it with your friends. Malaria, Zika virus, and dengue fever are really a big problem, and we have to deal with it, and we have to use the right and precise measures to deal with it. Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.